Welcome everyone to the Nexus Gaming Series Season 10 Division E match between Phoenix Rising Amethyst and the Devil's Rejects. We are currently just getting ready for the first game. We are in the newest patch, which does mean that Diva and Gazlo are banned for the first 2 weeks as they just got a massive rework. However, this is the first week in which May is available, so we might be able to see that as it was banned out for the remainder of Season 9. First of all, let's go into the overview and see what has happened so far. The Phoenix Rising Amethyst has banned out Braxis Holdout and Tomb of the Spider Queen. The Devil's Reject has banned out BOE and Hanamura. The Devil's Reject had decided to go with Map Pick, and they went with Towers of Doom. So we'll be looking to see a card push in the bottom lane and perhaps a double soaking, or who knows, we might see something new and different. Just waiting for everyone to be ready. Looks like everyone's just confirming both teams are ready and we're ready to go into draft. Once we are in Season 10, as I said, so hopefully we do have an explosive, and we do hope that the explosive match here and these two teams are able to do well. Phoenix Rising Amethyst, also part of that Phoenix Rising division, has plenty of teams under their belt, so we'll see them probably hopefully well versed and well practiced. Devil's Rejects are going to respond in kind and do well. Let's see here what is the Phoenix Rising is going to ban out first. Thinking the time, I'd be considering banning out Romy. She was just nerfed in the last patch, however, I still feel that she is very, very strong. If not, they might be banning out a global or perhaps even a targeted ban on the enemy team if they've done their scouting. A little hard to do scouting, but who knows, you might be able to do that. First ban coming in is a Tassadar ban. Tassadar ban was nerfed in the last patch, however, still very, very good. Is Tass ban. How is the Devil's Reject going to respond? Are they going to go with a meta ban themselves, like a Cassia, or are they going to target ban Phoenix Rising? Looks like they were banning out May, so this is the first week in which we're able to see May, but we're not going to see it this game as Devil's Reject does not want any of that noise. Now I wonder if that's because they know that one of their the Phoenix Rising is a good May player, or they just haven't had enough practice in competitive to play against it. Interesting. Next, we're going back to Phoenix Rising, and they've banned out Tassadar, or sorry, Tracer. Tassadar was already banned. They banned out Tracer. Tracer, interesting ban. High skill cap hero, easily countered, but still taken out, so that makes me think that it was a target ban. Well done by them. Someone has done their scouting. So Tracer ban. Maybe they just don't like Overwatch. Maze banned, Tracer banned, and there is Johanna, thus giving the Phoenix Rising first shot at whatever they want. Diablo is still up. You still have Cassia and Orphea. Very important on this map to get those Sapphire camps as much as possible, so camp clear is important. Also a large map with objectives, so a Dahaka or Fall Skies, very good here. They've gone with Kale Thos. Kale Thos, very strong wave clear mage, and also going to do a lot of burst damage. Immediately respond with Azul. So the Devil's Reject is looking to do that double soak life, going mid and top and pushing bottom hard. And there's the Cassia I was mentioning earlier, that is still available. able to pick up the Cassia. Once again, nerfed in the last patch. All the strongest heroes were nerfed. However, still very, very viable. Let's see how well they choose, how well they do with the Cassia. If she can get onto that Kael'thas, and Kael'thas' E is down, he has really no response to her. It'll be interesting to see. Ooh, very nice pickup by Phoenix Rising here. Going with the Diablo and Anduin. Diablo able to charge in and go very, very deep. However, if he gets in trouble, Anduin can pull him right out. I'd be interested to see if he goes with the Light Bomb or Holy Word Salvation here. It really does depend on what the Devil's Rejects picks up here in their next 3 picks. Looks like they're banning out Sonya. Sonya being banned out as a good counter to Zul, as Zul's skeleton warriors that he produces just heals up Sonya. So that's a very, very good job by Devil's Rejects. What is Phoenix Rising going to match with this? They've already gotten the Zul, Cassia, so tank and another damage dealer and a healer are available. And they are banning out ETC. ETC, a very, very good ban for Phoenix Rising, as Diablo can try to Q in and ETC can just press W. And now Diablo's sitting there with his thumb up his butt trying to figure out what to do now, as he has no cooldowns. So let's see what the Devil's Rejects are going to be picking up. Looks like it's a Mal'Ganis, Malfurion, going with a Sleep Root combo, and then a second root on Zul. Will be able to get a lot of damage out. And let's see what they're going to be picking up as their final, probably a mage, or final damage deal is probably going to be a mage. But first, let's see what Phoenix Rising is going to respond. They still need to pick up their offlaner and healer. Looks like they are, oh no, not healer, right, Anduin's already there. So it looks like they've gone with Anduin and, or the Hanzo and Leoric. Really, really like the Hanzo here. Great poking for the Mal'Ganis. Also, if he goes with Dragon's Arrow, has a stun if he tries to move in. A stun and Diablo Apocalypse. Very good combo. Hanzo extremely long range, so it'll make it difficult for the Mal'Ganis to get to him. So hard to lock him down. Leoric can match the Zul a little bit after level 4 in the double soak life. And then finally, a Chromie has been picked up. I did mention that Chromie is still very strong in this meta, but it was recently nerfed. So let's have our first look at her, see how well she does with her new nerf, and see if she goes a W build. Overall, very strong draft by both these teams. They both have a lot of long range poke as well as some aggressive tanks. So we'll see how well they are able to compose themselves. Let's just go right. Just waiting for everyone to load in here. I do like how Bashing Valks has pointed out the lockdown on the Devil's Reject is intense, especially with a Chromie who likes to have non-moving targets and can put out a lot of damage. It is going to be very difficult for Diablo to get in and get some damage done, but I believe he will be able to do it, and Leoric does have that unstoppable to get immediately into the back line.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Head. On Phoenix Rising Amethyst, we do have Bloody Drapes playing Leoric, Johnny D Clown playing the Anduin, we have LDAP playing Kael'thas, and Yahtzee playing Hanzo, and then Barhawk playing the Diablo. On the Devil's Rejects, we have Jack of All playing the Cassia, Leviathan playing the Zool, D Nasty playing Malfurion, Snuggle Ninja playing the Mal'Ganis, and then Satan Saves playing the Chromie. Looks like the Leoric has gone immediately to the top lane to try to get that soak and get that wave pushed in. And everyone else is doing the complimentary let's meet in the middle and try to get some stacks. Chromie concentrating on the wave clear. Diablo going immediately on to the Zool, getting locked down himself. Let's see how much damage he can get. There's the Anduin pull. Well done. He was about to get comboed. He's going to go ahead and tap and get his health back while the rest of the team finishes clearing out the mid lane. Bottom lane, Chromie doing very well, concentrating on that wave clear, getting that rotation up. They are currently ahead on rotation, going to try to delay the enemy team from trying to get that soak. Once again, you do see that the Zool has rotated mid, same with the Leoric, so it's going to be an all-out brawl here in the bottom lane. Mal'Ganis is getting a two-person knock-up. And Chromie, or the Cassia going a little bit deep, getting some tower shots. He's just going to take it out. That is first blood. Well done by the Diablo with the flip. And the Kael'thas following up with that stun, getting rid of her armor, and going ahead and getting the kill with the help of the towers. Let's look at the level 1 talents. And don't worry, Chromie cheating the game and getting her level 2 talent. So we do see the Feast on Fear on Diablo. We have the Simple Geometry, which is never simple, by the way, on the Hanzo. We have Renew on the Anduin. The Kael'thas has gone with Man Addict. And then finally, Ossian Renewal for the Leoric. The Chromie has gone with a W build, so that is Deep Breathing at level 1. And then we have Rejuvenation by the Malfurion, Charge Strikes, Backlash, and Winged Guard. A good stun there by the Diablo onto the Mal'Ganis, but Mal'Ganis was able to get out. Looks like the wave has been cleared by the blue team, Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Lockdown, and there it is. That is the sleep root and the Chromie getting all the hits in the world on that Diablo. Diablo does have 35 souls, so he does have a full death timer, but will be returning shortly. And one pumpkin did go through, and now working on the tower. You can see here that the objective is coming up in 12 seconds. A slight level lead for the Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Interesting enough for them. Now you can see that they are setting up here in the middle objective. That is the Malfurion going a little bit low. However, the Kael'thas wasn't here to follow up with damage, and Diablo being taken out again. That is 2 deaths on the Diablo already. But once again, only 40 souls. Once he gets his souls up a little bit more, he will be a lot more tanky. That is the Cassia getting some of that damage in, but eventually taken out by the Hanzo with that scattered arrow. We have the Leoric very low, should just be bailing out. And we also have the Kael'thas low. So this should be going out to the Devil's Rejects. And that is another kill by the Chromie. Well done. Leoric going in, is he going to be taken out as well? He is. Overstayed his welcome, did have his tap going, but was not able to heal up enough to live through that onslaught. There you go, you can see the Hanzo being slept and the Chromie getting an easy hit right there. Diablo in the bottom lane, trying to get as much souls as he can in that soak that he desperately needs. You can see here that the Zool is picking up the camp, nearly out of mana, so he's going to have to go back eventually for that. You see in the bottom lane here, the Diablo, is he about to be taken out again? One cancelled auto attack by the Cassia there saves him. And being a friendly neighbor, passing around the bomb, make sure everyone gets a little taste of that. But the Diablo, nice and healthy, getting his souls up now to 52, and he has now Life Leech and Diabolical Momentum, so going with an auto attack build. Cassia should be looking to blind him whenever she can, gets rid of some of his self-sustain, as well as gives her the bonus damage. Very well done by the tanks here, anchoring the bushes. Zul and Leoric just looking at each other, passing by. You can see here that the level is very even, for both teams. So Soak has been caught by both players. Go ahead and look at the stats so far for the individual teams. You do have Hanzo at the 7,000 hero damage, followed very closely by Kael'thas. Kael'thas actually just overtaking him. However, you can see here Chromie at 14,000 damage for the Devil's Rejects. That means that, by the way, Chromie still very strong. Now finishing her level 1. Well done by her. Then going unstoppable. Well done again. Once again, this is a new patch where you do have the medallion to give yourself your own unstoppable for 1 second. So well done by the Diablo there to keep himself alive for this fight. There is the Leoric and Diablo on the back line. And you have Mal'Ganis on the Phoenix Rising backline. So that's who wins out first. That is the Diablo being taken out. Leoric about to be taken out. The Devil's Reject still very healthy. At least the front line is. And almost getting the Anduin there. The Hanzo is taking shots at this Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis barely able to make it out there. Taking a little bit more damage than he needed to, but kept out the Anduin so they wouldn't be able to interrupt the channel. And that is now 36 shots to 28. And level 10 advantage for the Devil's Rejects. Zul going in here mid to try to catch that soak. Leoric catching that top soak. And we have, it looks like a flank or an invade by the Devil's Reject, as they do have level 10 there for a slight moment, wanting to get a little bit of advantage. Wasn't able to find the fight that they're looking for. Now both teams do have level 10, so let's look at their level 10 choices here. We have Apocalypse to Dragon Strike, not Dragon's Arrow like I was predicting in the draft. Then we have Light Bomb, then Phoenix, and then Entomb. So a lot of lockdown, trying to get as much damage as possible with that Dragon Strike. Over on the Devil's Rejects, ooh, that's a 3-man sleep and a pull. There is the Apocalypse going in. Everyone is pressing their R buttons, but no one's quite falling as of yet. Oh, gets interrupted. Is that going to be a dead Mal'Ganis? That is a dead Mal'Ganis. Very well done by the Diablo player to interrupt the Carrion Swarm by the Mal'Ganis. So back to the Nexus he goes. And let's see if he is going to be up for the next objective. He will be. He'll be up for about 10 seconds. It is a neutral objective, so one on each side. Probably best if everyone just takes their side and doesn't try anything too risky. Looks like the camp is being taken by the Devil's Rejects, and the Phoenix Rising Amethyst is taking theirs slightly behind. Chromie looking to go in for an interrupt. She does get it onto that Leoric. Leoric is about half health, using his Ossian Neural to try to get back to a proper health. Looks like the Zul did go in, got flipped and entombed, and was able to get his poison damage out. However, did eventually fall. There is the Carrion Swarm. No Diablo to interrupt you this time. And pushing into the cannon barrage, but making out just in time. The Phoenix Rising Amethyst is very low, wasn't able to push up, and the the Devil's Reject were able to channel. Now it's 36 to 20, and now their goal is just try to get out. There's Cassia being taken out. Once again, that lockdown got rid of her armor and was able to chunk her out. That is the Mal'Ganis also being taken out with simple geometry. Once again, never simple, but somehow he manages to do it. Well done by both teams. The Devil's Reject did win the objective. However, they did get 2 kills, or the Phoenix Rising Amethyst did get 2 kills on that, thus catching them up in the XP game. It's also good to note that the camp actually won out the 50-50 draw for the Devil's Rejects and was able to put in a lot of damage to this bottom tower. In Towers of Doom, you do want to take the bottom tower and hold it, as most of the objectives are going to be in the bottom lane, and then the neutral ones that we just experienced. So if you take this one, you now have advantage for both of these objectives. So that's what I'd be looking to as the Devil's Rejects, to try to get this tower in as quickly as possible. However, they are fighting down 13 to 12. They just got the 13 talents now. And looks like there's the Dragon Strike. The zoning ult is out, and it is actually zoning. The poor Chromie gets burned to death by the Kael'thas. Well done by him. Carrion Swarm out to try to survive. Everyone's holding on to their abilities to see if they can't flip them as soon as it gets out. They cannot. Let's finish reading off the level 10 abilities for the Devil's Rejects as the objective is popping up. You can see here that Phoenix Rising Amethyst is sending their 2 damage deals to the bottom, and their Devil's Rejects and Phoenix Rising are fighting over the middle line. We have Slowing Sands, Tranquility, Valkyrie, Poison Nova, and Carrion Swarm. We did see the APOC going out there, but not hitting very much. Although Zul was taken out by the Hanzo. Once again, Hanzo doing the work that they desperately need. Nice light bomb and deadly charge there by the Anduin and Diablo. Chromie channeling and manages to get the channel right at the last possible second. Kael'thas just a little late on that interrupt. There's the Phoenix and the Dragon Strike out. So that is a 50-second cooldown on both of them. I think it was 60 seconds, but it's 50 seconds now. It looks like most of their heroics will be up at the same time. Let's have a look at the damage numbers here. So we do have Kael'thas catching up at 31,000 to Hanzo's 28,000. So nice back and forth between the two of them. Oh, Chromie having a poor rotation, but Diablo looking like wanting to save him there. Maybe a slight misclick, but well done by the Chromie to get out. And then we have Leoric trying to zone out the enemy team. Diablo being taken out. Look at the Hanzo, or the Hanzo very low, and the Anduin also low. Leoric being taken out. Very well done by Phoenix, or by the Devil's Rejects, being able to keep their own camp, and the Chromie being able to get out. Very key from them. They are now pushing down this bottom tower. Very, very well done. 32 shots to 16. They are about to hit level 16 as well. So that should be at least 2 objectives for the Devil's Rejects here. They're also going to be getting their camp. Very well timed. So this is going to push into the core because they already own this tower. And you can see here that the Zul has come by to get that objective. And Cassia looking a little split from her team. Getting a little bit of lockdown there. Has 1, 2, 3 stuns. However, no dead Cassia. There is the Dragon Strike coming out, and she does get taken out by Simple Geometry, or the W build. Shattered Arrow? Whatever it is. Well done by the Hanzo, once again. Simple Geometry is not simple, but he makes it look like it. Zul getting stunned, and put back towards the enemy team, using his medallion there a second too late. But was taken out, got a lot of poison damage. Leoric is pretty much out of the fight and immediately goes in and dies along with the Diablo. They were able to take their objective on their side, but the Devil's Rejects are taking theirs, bringing them down to 3 shots. That does mean that the boss is now an ending a win condition for the Devil's Rejects. That means that Phoenix Rising Amethyst is going to have to look at this constantly, because if they let the enemy team, especially with the Cassia Chromie, out of the sights for too long, that will be taken out and they lose. Very good route here by the Malfurion to stop the devastating charge by the Diablo. And I believe that might be game. The Diablo being taken out, as well as the Anduin, making it a 5v3. And once again, this will end the game. There's the Dragon Strike coming out to try to zone off the enemy team from the point. However, they have no way of engaging. There's the Lyric, but the channel has been done. That is a GG, well played by the Devil's Rejects. Well done by both teams. We're going to head and go into our stats screen here. Let's have a look at the final stats. We do see the Diablo having 7 deaths, but healing himself for 30,000, beating out the Mal'Ganis at 25,000. Hanzo at 44,000 damage to Cassius 57,000 and Chromie's 56,000. So Cassia just overtaking the Chromie there at the end. So well done by her. 4 deaths by the Cassia, so was aggressive but was being picked on, let's be honest, by the Diablo Anduin combo. So well done by her, able to get 2 kills. And then look at the soak here, very even by both teams. Zul at 14,384 and Leoric at 13,000. The siege damage very much in favor of the Zul, as he looks like he's getting a little bit more structure damage. However, well done nonetheless. Total kills 10 to 15. Game time 14 minutes and 57 seconds. Let's go ahead and go back here as we get the lobby set up. While we're waiting for the lobby set up, let's just take a quick break. And we'll be back in about a minute 30.
We have a realm to destroy.
So shall it be.
Lay waste to this world.
Strength in unity.
Do not falter!
Nice one.
Cold as ice.
Welcome back. That was the video for the newest patch. You can see the reworked Diva and the reworked Gazelle there. I have it on very good authority that the new Arthas skins are fire, so definitely check them out. Go ahead and see the lobby is being set up right now as we speak. And we are going to the Infernal Shrines. Go ahead and go draft. Infernal Shrines, so Shrine Clear is going to be very, very important. We'll see who is able to. I think. So it looks like Phoenix Rising Amethyst has chosen to the map. That means that first pick has gone over to the Devil's Rejects. Blue. Excellent. Looks like the Devil's Reject has banned out Tastar. Tastar very good on this map. Able to poke from a long distance to get those Guardians. People call them the Shrine Minions, people call them monkeys, people call them whatever. I just go with what the announcer says during the match, which is defeat the Guardians, so I call them Guardians. Now we are gonna go and Phoenix Rising Amethyst has banned out Tracer. So once again, it makes me believe that this Tracer is a targeted ban on one of the Devil's Rejects. Very well done by the Devil's Rejects to command such a respect that they had to ban it out twice. So, Infernal Shrines. And then the Phoenix Rising actually banned out Task in the first map. And they banned out Joe again. That means that either A, they're just not willing to play into it, the Devil's Rejects, or there is a player on that Spock is a good Johanna player. Well done there. So let's see your Tracer ban for Phoenix Rising. And that is a Kael'thas ban. So they actually played Kael'thas in the last match. However, they know that with the first pick being available, Kael'thas is very good on this map, and they go ahead and ban it out. There it is. There's the May. First May we get to see in NGS, or to be more specific, that I get to see in the NGS. We'll be interested to see what ultimate she goes for. Just go with Ice Wall or Avalanche. I'm hoping for an Avalanche so we can see some sick Avalanche play. However, Ice Wall, very good zoning tool, and is able to stop enemy teams. Even if they're unstoppable, they still do get stopped. This is a Diablo again with a Tyrande this time, so the follow-up stun should be there. So that is a the Q, E, and then the Tyrande stun right behind it. So Devastating Shard, and then the flip to the Lunar Flare. Requires a little bit of coordination, but I believe they'll be able to do it. Jack of all getting his Cassia once again. He did have the top damage in the last match, so we'll see if he's able to pull that out again. Yeah, the new May portrait is a little bit, let's say, more done up than the other portraits. Seems like she's a little bit a head above everyone else. That is the Malfurion being banned out. The Diablo did not like getting rooted in his Qs. That is very well done by the Malfurion player and the other team. So on the Devil's Rejects, so they don't want any of that. That is perfectly fair. I do like that ban. And they are going to ban out the Hanzo. The Hanzo did do a lot of poking damage with that simple geometry and was able to get the enemy team very low. So that is a very good ban by the Devil's Rejects as well. I would not want to deal with that. He also has a different build for Infernal Shrines where you can go with more of a Q build, get more of the long range, and be able to get the explosive arrow on level, I believe, 7. So it gets that shrine clear. So, well done. This is an Arthas and Jaina combo. So Arthas going into the soul lane against that Imperious, most likely. May can be in the soul lane, but you hardly ever see that. So that's an Imperious Arthas matchup. I have it on very good authority that Arthas wins that matchup if he can dodge out that Q.
For the alliance above all.
Here we go again.
That is Anduin being picked up and the Chromie. So Anduin being picked up by the Devil's Rejects. They did get to see a good showing of the Anduin by Phoenix Rising Amethyst. So let's see if they learned anything from that last match and if they can pull out some of those good pulls that we did see before. Maybe a good Lipon combo. Right now we're looking at the last pick. Oh, Chromie also being picked up once again. Very good damage. Going with the Vala. The Vala is an interesting pick here. Very good at destroying tanks. However, there is 2 blinds on the enemy team with the May and Cassia. She can go with a W build for the Shrine Clear and be able to combo off the Jaina. However, the stuns are always good against the Imperious. I'd be very interested to see what Chromie alt Chromie chooses, as I'm looking at the enemy team and there's not a single cleanse. However, there is still those medallions that we have to worry about. But if we can avoid those medallions, then if those medallions have been used up, we should be able to get a good rewind and maybe a blow up combo with the Imperious Celestial Charge. Overall, I do like both teams' drafts. The Phoenix Rising Amethyst does have a more aggressive draft, and just from the Chromie itself makes it more of a poke, but the Imperious does bring a lot of aggression and peel as well. Should be a very interesting match today. On the Phoenix Rising Amethyst, we have Sparhawk on Diablo, Johnny D. Clown on the Tyrande, LDAP on Jaina, Yahtzee on the Vala, and in the soul lane, Bloodly Drapes as Arthas. Over on the Devil's Rejects, we do have D Nasty as Anduin, the Satan Saves on her Chromie again, Jack of All on the Cassia, and Snuggle Ninja on May, and in the soul lane, Leviathan on the Imperious. Looks like the Tyrande Owl has hit, therefore Tyrande is OP with the top damage at 87. Diablo right behind it at 86. No one can touch this Tyrande's damage. There you go, another 211. Let's look at the level 1 talents here as they go ahead and have a good time fighting. Well done by the Diablo to get a nice stun. However, there was no pull for him to get out of that one, and was taken out by the Chromie and the Cassia. Well done. Chromie concentrated on the wave clear, and you can see Cassia already moving down to get that bottom soak. Level 1 is Feast on Fear again. We have Hot Pursuit by Vala, the True Shot Aura to help out with the Vala damage, and then we have Fingers of Frost and the Internal Hunger. Over on the Devil's Rejects, we have Chromie already cheating by having her level 4 talent, going with the Time Troubles. We have Deep Breathing once again, Renew, we have Charge Strikes, Burn the Impure, and Ice Storm. You can see here that May and Cassia are gone to get that soak, are successfully scouting out this bottom camp being taken, while the Chromie and the Anduin are taking their camp. The May was able to get out and is tapping for the health regen. They are about to take this, however no one's capping it right now. There it is. Johnny D. Clown capping it for the Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Looks like the camp is pushing in mid, and Diablo and Tyrande sticking around here in the bottom to try to harass the enemy team. Looks like the Imperious was able to take down Arthas in the soul lane. Well done by Leviathan. Very healthy, about half mana, so well done by him. Arthas will have to regroup after that one, but has the ability to come back and win that one with some good gameplay. Vala taking over their own camp and backing away, or backing up to get both that health and mana. The Devil's Rejects camp has not quite been cleared out yet, and is now pushing on to the towers here. You can see that the objective is popping up in the mid lane. If they are able to take out these towers for the objective, oh, is that a dead Diablo again? It is. Well done by the Devil's Rejects. May's zone control and stunning is working out very well for him, and the Diablo pulling up the root right behind it. Very well done. As I was saying, if they're able to take down these towers, that's almost a guaranteed fort off the first Punisher. That is going to give them a great advantage going into the rest of the game. You have Chromie right here being able to poke out and get those Shrine minions, while the May and Cassia are clearing out as many as they can. The Diablo Jaina are in the middle lane, just appearing. They are giving up, looks like they're giving up the objective to get their hard camp. What are these called? The Fallen Shaman camp, thank you. Diablo going in, trying to harass a little bit, not even able to get a single one. 37-0, so that is a guaranteed Punisher. Let's see how well they are able to clear this out. Jaina is a little low on health and just used her Blizzard, so she won't be able to get as much burst damage as they're looking for onto that Punisher. Punisher jumping onto the Diablo. Diablo is being taken out. We saw here that they got hit by the mortar and the Mei root. The mortars do a lot more damage since I think it was like 4, 5, 6, 7 patches ago. Mortar Punch does a lot of damage. Going after the Jaina with Mei falling up right behind it, using her Unstoppable and surviving at a very good health, while the rest of the team was able to clear out that mid fort. A little bit of damage here onto the towers, but nothing too much. We do see here that Arthas and the Imperius dueling it out. That is the Chromie coming back up using the Celestial Charge, and that is one dead Arthas. The Imperius just barely getting out there with his life, as he did take 2 tower shots, but well done nonetheless. Chromie staying up here to take out this fallen Shaman camp. We do see the Anduin and the Cassia taking their camp here, and Mei in the mid lane catching up that XP. This catapult is going to be going in towards the enemy towers, but will be cleared up very easily. It won't do that much damage. Phoenix Rising Amethyst being able to take this bottom objective, or bottom, sorry, camp. The Mei looking for a good play there. Well done by the Cassia to follow up. If that was the level 10, I would be looking for the Avalanche to push her back into this and have the rest of the team collapse. Luckily, not quite level 10 yet. You see that the Devil's Rejects do have a full level advantage, about to hit level 10. As soon as they hit level 10, I'd be looking to invade this camp, as you do have the advantage. It looks like they're going to just push down the towers instead. There is the Avalanche. Jaina going for a ride and is going to be... There it is, taken out. A lot longer than I expected. Well done by the Anduin to get that stun onto the Tyrande. However, wasn't able to finish the kill. One more attack would have taken her out. But they turn around and get the Diablo kill anyway. While this is going on, Arthas has been in the top lane trying to get their team to level 10 and cleaning out this fallen Shaman camp. Leviathan now returning back to his lane to keep them up on that soak. Looks like they are pushing the bottom lane. This is the opposite lane of the objective. The objective is going to be in the top lane. But they are pushing this in. They still have the level 10 advantage. So whatever they want, they get. Vala in here trying to get a little bit of poke. Should be a little bit weary. You can see here the Anduin was taking tower aggro because of his W. Cassia being pulled to safety. And the Phoenix Rising Amethyst has now reached level 10. Let's look at the Diablo souls. Diablo's at 80 souls now. So he is starting to get a little bit tanky. Has gone with the Apocalypse, Rain of Vengeance, Starfall, the Water Elemental, and Syndragosa. A full bruiser build Arthas. Gonna get a look. If they ever win a objective, they're gonna have a lot of pushing power. But not gonna be able to push with a dead Arthas. Arthas being taken out. And that is a raw APOC going out on to the Devil's Rejects. Only the Imperius was hit by that. And then we did see a devastating charge onto Mei. Mei was able to get out just fine. 13 Guardians to none. That is a good stun combo. Ooh, Mei may have saved them for now, but Anduin, the assassin player, getting 2 kills, Cassia getting 1. Nice combo, a little bit of anti-synergy there, but still ended up with the kills anyway. Well done by the Devil's Rejects. Clearly, they have been practicing. They have been waiting for this moment to shine. Good job by them. That is 33 Guardians to 1. That's out of 2 objectives. The Phoenix Rising Amethyst has captured 1 Guardian so far. The middle lane has been pushed out. We do see Jaina there trying to capture this XP, as they do have a level 13 to level 10. I didn't go over the oh, that's good. We didn't go over the level 10 abilities for the Devil's Rejects. Let's go over it now. It is slowing sands once again. Light Bomb a Ball Lightning, Angelic Armaments, and Avalanche. We have seen several of those go out, so we didn't really need to recap it, but that's fine. We are going to be taking out this fort. The Punisher is pretty much done anyway. It was a Arcane Punisher. Getting a little bit of damage onto that bottom, or onto the keep wall. You can see here that the first Punisher actually got a little bit more damage. Looks like Leviathan on the Imperius is pushing in this bottom lane. The enemy team going in for, oh, sorry, not the enemy team, as this red team. The Devil's Reject have been going in for a risky invade. It is costing them, even though they do have the level 13 advantage. That is 2 kills to 1, but the Diablo does have 100 souls and is able to come back. So it was a 5v4 down to 13s, but was able to get 2 kills, bringing them up to level 13, a big XP catch up, and they got their camp. So well done by Phoenix Rising Amethyst. That could be the turning point to change the rest of this game. Chromie and Anduin now taking their fallen shaman camp. You can see here that the Arthas and the Tyrande are taking their Khazar camp, or something like that. Leaving the bottom to be fought over. That is a wet noodle fight between the Arthas and the Diablo. Oh, sorry, the Diablo and the Imperius. That is Syndragosa coming out. Everyone's going to be slowed out. Imperius being taken out. Vala having to dash away to get away from that Ball Lightning. That is the Diablo being stunned out. However, getting out the APOC right there at the very end. Arthas getting very low from that Chromie being taken out. Everyone is falling here. Is Death. That is Tyrande being taken out. That is 4 kills by that Chromie. Being on a point, all very stunned by that APOC. Or sorry, stunned by the Mei, I believe. Mei had the Blizzard. Was able to get the Chromie some great damage, and now they're taking out that fort. The Fallen Shaman camp is pushing up on the top lane, so the Phoenix Rising Amethyst does need to respond to that. Imperius going into the mid lane, cleaning out the Kaiser camp, and looks like the objective is going to be mid lane again. Going to be active in 30 seconds. If the Devil's Rejects do take that, they are going to be pushing it right into the keep. They have picked up their, I'm just going to call it the Impaler camp. Thank you. They have picked up their Impaler camp, which is going to be pushing this mid lane with their catapult while the objective is pushing. Jaina in the bottom lane trying to get that XP to get them to level 16. The shrine is now active, however they are looking for a fight here. Arth is being caught out, being pushed back away from his team. The Imperius and the Cassia have been able to go ahead and get that kill. Diablo trying to use his APOC to get a good interrupt onto the Imperius, but is a little too late, and it was a very difficult move to pull off there. So that is the Arthas down. And the Diablo is still going in. They're going for it looks like a last-ditch effort here. Mei going a little too deep. The Anduin did use Light Bomb on her, tried to get another stun and a shield. However, it was not needed. She just walked away. The Anduin did get an excellent route there onto the Diablo. Mei followed it up, and that is one dead Diablo. Diablo at 74 souls. That is a full-time death. He will be back in 30 seconds. However, the objective will go over to the Devil's Reject by then. Vala going up to the top lane to get this XP. Very important, as they are a little bit behind, almost a level and a half. So race to 20 is on. 34 Guardians to 0. Arthas sitting here waiting for a poor rotation, but getting none from the Devil's Rejects. Looks like Mei is looking to invade this Impaler camp for the Devil's Rejects. They'll be pushing in right behind the Punisher. Chromie right behind, waiting for that jump. The jump is just beyond the wall, So that means that the Punisher is going to get a lot more damage. Chromie getting that kill onto the Arthas. Cassia getting the kill onto the Vala. Good job by the Imperius to get that Impale. And that is another kill onto the Diablo. This is the full camp, a 60% health Immortal going onto Core. Do they have the core damage for it? I think they might. That's 5v2, just the Sharonda and the Jaina left. They are pushing in. The core is down to 50, 42, 30%. That is the Chromie doing all the damage in the world. That looks like it's gonna be a 2-0 victory for the Devil's Rejects. GG, well played. Well done by the Devil's Reject there. The Phoenix Rising Amethyst did have a very good fight over over their was it the Fallen Shaman camp. That did bring them back a little bit. However, that fight in the bottom Impaler camp did bring them down. Let's look at the last stats here. 16,000 healing by the Diablo to May's 14,000, so he's still able to self-heal a lot. The healing numbers, we're looking at a Tyrande at 29,000 to Anduin's 50,000. Tyrande was fighting down levels, so it's a little hard to do that. Remember at the beginning of the game, I said no one can touch Tyrande's damage as she is the top damage dealer. Look at that. She was able to complete my prediction, getting 25,000 damage for her team. Well done by her. Cassia at 42,000 for the Devil's Rejects, and the Imperius number 2 at 35,000. Chromie at 27,000, May at 28. Well done. We're going to look at the talents for today. We do see that the Diablo did go with the auto attack build once again. May going with a pretty standard build with Avalanche. That was very nice. We got to see a couple very good plays there. Let's just go ahead and reach out to Satan Saves. I believe Jack of all. I'm just gonna reach out to see if they want an interview here. This is Leviathan. So no, it did not work out. All right, let's just go with Wisp. We are going to go ahead and hop over into the NGS. Excellent. Go in. One. Satan Saves. Congratulations on the victory. How do you feel?
Thanks, man. I was nervous. First game of NGS. We didn't know what to expect. It was our first season with Heroes Lounge, and it was a little rough, but it was a good win.
Excellent.
Boosting morale.
Nice. Well done. So let's go all the way back to Towers of Doom. You guys banned out May, Johanna, and Sonya. Any particular reasons why you guys banned those out, or were they just didn't want to deal with them with the team comp you were thinking of?
Yeah, basically it was a team cup. We wanted to have a good double soak, and we didn't want anybody to really compete with Zul, so that was the Sonya ban. May's pretty it's pretty standard May. She's kind of hard to deal with. Yeah, we learned some of our strat from our coach Valkamir, so he's been helping us with towers. So shout out to him.
Nice. Shout out to Valk's mom. So let's talk about the Zul double soak. You were able to get a pretty significant macro advantage there. The Yorick was able to keep up for the most part. However, the Zul was able to get into those team fights, get his ult off pretty much right before he died almost every single time, so getting out at lots and lots of damage, and allows Chromie and Cassia to finish up. What did you think about your Leviathan playing his Zul there?
Oh, he did an awesome job. Leviathan is this was his last match. Unfortunately, he accepted a new job position as he's gonna be traveling. So we switched it up. I was normally the bruiser, and Leviathan was normally the damage. So his impromptu switch to bruiser, I thought his play was extremely impressive for switching.
Excellent. Well done. Yeah, very well done. So you guys were able to get the Chromie for both matches. Were you guys surprised by this?
Yeah, I was super surprised they just let me have Chromie. Chromie has been, I've been locking Chromie every chance I get.
Yeah, even after the recent nerfs to her in the patch, she still feels pretty strong, eh? Yep. Excellent. Let's go ahead to Infernal Shrines. You guys banned out Tacitor, Johanna, and Hanzo. Did Hanzo give you guys a little bit of difficulty?
Yeah, we were brainstorming for ban ideas, and Hanzo gave us the most trouble on tower, so we definitely were like, yeah, let's get rid of Hanzo, and he's also good on that map as well.
Excellent. I did notice that the Phoenix Rising Amethyst has banned out Tracer in both matches. Was that a targeted ban on you guys?
No, it wasn't. We were confused by it, but
Hey.
we don't have there's die-hard Tracer players, and I don't think we really have any. So I was a little confused about that ban, but
well, hey, and whatever. Maybe they just don't like Tracer. That's also a possibility. Hey, I don't.
Yeah. I don't like a good Tracer is cancer. So
Exactly. Well, after both matches, you said you're feeling pretty good. Are you guys looking forward to the rest of the season? Anyone you're looking out for?
yeah, we're definitely looking for some revenge on the big boys. We played them in Heroes Lounge, so they're in our division this year. We're definitely looking out for them.
Excellent. Well, do you have any shoutouts before I let you go?
Yeah, shout out to Jackovol. He's our shot caller. Made some great calls to the match. Valkamir for being our new coach, and shout out to Leviathan. We sent him on a good send off. He's leaving, so we had a great last game with him and a great season with him. I hope he does well.
Excellent. Well, it was an absolute pleasure to watch you guys play. You guys did very well, and good luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that will do it for us today. Thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully, you guys had a good time. Next, I believe I'm going to be signing up for another cast next week, so have a look out for that. And enjoy the rest of your season. Hopefully, everyone has a good one. Take it easy.